who will square off in Buku Mount Pleasant against the PNM Tobago Council leader Ansel Dennis, said he holds no animosity towards the party and has even received words of encouragement from senior members. Those were your 6 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at the top of the hour, right here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network.
Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.
Wagwani friends from Tobago, Christmas they reaching Fat Meadow.
Wait a bit, son, that's what true. Let it play. Ooh, let it play, let it pump.
They say they always had a
Can't even run into the other chip to the song. Heel, two. Heel, two. That is it right there.
when they ring out with this love with
Mama Jeffrey, So listen to me. You know, if it's one thing about the season, and of course, good morning, by the way, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to the wider world. There's one beautiful thing about Christmas in Trinidad and Tobago. It's the music and our special spin. Other places, yes, they embrace the traditional carols, but we have our own expression via the soca parang, the soca chutney or chutney soca parang now, that's in the mix. And, well, parang. Yeah, the original sound. And it's truly tremendous. We hear certain songs every single year. It lives on. And it will continue to live on. And there are some new selections too, making it into the mix. And we embrace them all. We say welcome. Today, a wet one. It's, from what we understand, going to be a rather wet day. It might even transition into Thursday. And we're going to get into those details very soon. I'll give you a pretty early weather update based on the current circumstance. Jason Williams, that's my name. I'm signing on. Great to be in your company. Welcome one and all to the latest installment of the Morning Brew on this rather wet Wednesday. Wednesday, the 3rd of December. Yes, 2025 just a couple days away from, well, goodbye, and we welcome 2026. And still very much moments and this climate of uncertainty, but we're going to be okay. We have faith, we are blessed people, and I think all shall be well. It's just obviously we have to stay on top of what's happening and try to give proper analysis to all the moving parts. Let's see what's happening via the front page of the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for today, Wednesday. Back pay in parts. So I made the announcement yesterday as probably one of the first media practitioners, one of the first shows to bring out the details. My colleague Angelo brought it to me literally minutes before we wrapped up yesterday. I got the email and I was able to read out, you know, some of the details, the new salary, the COLA, well, back pay, at least some of it, before or on the 23rd, by the 23rd of December. So I guess, you know, the PSA and their particular positioning and their negotiation, most importantly, would have really took everything over the line. And other unions are saying, well, hey, oh, yeah, what about us? Look my here. And I guess we will see how things pan out. And more so, where the money is coming from. Obviously, we're hearing different reports in that regard, and we'll stay on top of all the developments. So, back pay in parts, PSA boss agrees to take portion of the 10% payout by December 23rd. And the CPO says parts of the deal still to be finalized. More details, intimate details on that development inside today's Guardian, page 5. I'm watching the Tobago political scene, and one of the key players there, even if he, well, at least in the last general and election and all that stuff, he didn't get over the line. But we look at Watson Duke, who is mom. Nothing yet. A man who's very vocal, a man who's never shy when it comes to self-expression. A big personality in the politics. No word yet as to if he is part of this latest THA election cycle that's carded for the 12th of January. That story on page 6. And more so, via the political front in Tobago, there was a big crossing of the floor. Dinoon in shock defection from PNM to TPP. He says people before party. Now he would have submitted his resignation to PNM, to their head of business there, their Tobago leader Ansel Dennis, and literally in what was a shock, probably not a shock to probably those in Trinidad, but I guess in Tobago you kind of you have an understanding what's happening on the ground. Yeah, the man walk out there in his blue shirt, yes. And speaking to that and all the other developments via the Tobago THA election cycle and experience, inside the second hour for the Tobago Talks segment, we get a chance to touch base with Minority Leader Kelvin Morris as to the PNM's preparedness, the crossing of the floor, that's a big, big one, and more so, the U.S. military installation there in Tobago, and what does it mean and what's the general consensus from the ground. So that conversation is happening later on. We spoke in detail. I would have given my perspective. I'm always very honest. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about just expressing ourselves. And that's why for the open forum, I also would sit and listen to when all those who view the program feel the need to, you know, get it off their chest. And I think that's the beauty of the show. So I would have said in no uncertain terms, I'm not supporting anyone who threatens the Prime Minister, senators, you know, public officials, and really and truly the most important stakeholders in all of this, us the citizens, because everyone in their own capacity, right? You don't have to be holding high office to receive a threat. It's something that really ruffles your spirit. Many sometimes go into defensive mode, and you might end up jumping out yourself and doing something you wouldn't have usually. You wouldn't really, it just puts you in a dark place. And it creates a cycle of violence because it's violence, it's violent rhetoric, it's violent talk. It's something that somebody bringing violence to. They want to shoot you, they'll chop you, they'll kill you, I will mash you up. And more so when they bring that kind of threat to your children, it's unfortunate. And I'm seeing now, finally, an iron fist approach to that kind of language, especially online. And I feel the pain of the mom, but mom, you still have to understand that when somebody, you see, she said, Mommy, I was listening to the mom last evening on the news, and this is, of course, the mom of the young girl who, so that's Mommy Helen. Now, the thing is, when I look at the story and I analyze it, I have a heart. I mean, there is empathy, there is consideration in my heart always, huh? But there are moments in life where we have to take stock. And as they always say, who can hear go feel? And when a severe circumstance like this comes your way, there is a particular adjustment. So I know that going forward, Aliana Samaru, who is in some deep, deep, deep water, and I mean, she's a mother of two, and I know the mom, well, which is the grandmom of the boys, all right, was suggesting that, you know, Christmas coming up, mommy not there. Remember, she in some hot water, because she would have threatened the Prime Minister. I mean, granted, you could look at Aliana and you could recognize she ain't going to do nothing, but at the same time, are we to really know? So, we reach a point now where some are saying, oh, it's freedom of, people's freedom of expression is being suppressed. It's not that. I think people are allowed to express themselves, and you're allowed to be critical, especially when it comes to power. We must speak truth to power. I do it every morning, but I won't sit down here and say, well, this particular office holder, that particular office holder, you know, bullet and plan us for you. No, that's a whole different tone and tenor. And I've also been on the receiving end of threats, and I'm telling you, it's one that puts you in a very dark place. It ruffles you. It disrupts you. It's kind of disrupt you. And I think we need to self-regulate. I know that we can disagree, but we do have to be disagreeable. So it's kind of sorry. It's kind of sad. Aliana, young girl, mother of two, probably will have to spend the Christmas inside. But when she comes out, I think she'll be a changed person. She will understand in real time there's a particular responsibility when it comes to your words. And I believe going forward for the rest of her life, there would be some kind of adjustment. I mean, if she do adjust, well, clearly she didn't learn. But I really feel the pain for the mom, the grandmom. And I know Aliana, it's going to be tough for her. But I think there must be some kind of example set. And I guess that's the reality of the day. Because we can't go around. Think about it. Put yourself on the receiving end of a threat. It's not a nice thing. And you also would want to know that the person who is delivering this threat, they're held accountable for their words. Yeah, because as we know, and as I mentioned yesterday, the old-time criminal who has sat down on the plane, again, I never asked him any question, you know. People, you know, when you're on a flight sometimes, I don't know if you're all these, 30,000 feet in the air, people just feel probably, you know, you feel light. You probably want to just confess and open up about your life. And I'm sitting there, and man, we just had a talk, strike-up conversation, and he goes into the whole detail of his criminal life and enterprise and what he would have done. But if it's, as I said, one thing I remember, he said, cowards say out loud what they're not going to do. Now, this flight was a flight years ago, and I feel that might have been applicable 15, 20 years ago. I go chop you, I go shoot you, boy. It's just an expression. This particular rounds, the way Trinidad get, the way the world get, if somebody tell you that, you're taking it very serious. I no joke again. That is no joke thing. That is not, the most thing you're taking real serious. So, that story on page 7, really sad. I'm feeling it for Aliana, but I guess it had to be done at some point in time. Let's start at the back page. Oh yes, Wallace Snare, well, she was able to get the bronze. Yes, I think her first in some big games out there, the Bolivarian games, I believe it is. I was watching where Paul, our cyclist, champion cyclist also was able to do quite well, and this particular meet is taking place in Peru. So well done, and congrats, as I mentioned, to the Women Warriors 5-0 winners in Barbados on Monday. Let's head to the brief, because I want to get into our first conversation. Promoters urged the Prime Minister to reconsider ban on fets at sport venues, so I'll treat with that later on. And of course, my brethren, Sonny Bling, never one for a dull moment, taking a selfie on the back of a whole motorbike here during the Shine Charity 10K walk and 5K in Sinclair on Saturday. Good morning to Sonny. We actually share the same birthday, you know. Different years, of course. I'm a couple of years in front of Sonny. Good morning, Sonny. Have a great one. Before we head to the first conversation this morning, and that conversation is to treat with the Stand Your Ground legislation. We're going to touch base with a lawyer. I want to inform you that Trinidad and Tobago, the Meteorological Service, would have issued, and I want you to sit down for this one, a yellow level adverse weather alert for the entire nation. Now, they are urging residents to prepare for not 1, but 2 days of unsettled and potentially hazardous weather. Now, the alert was effective from 11 p.m. yesterday and is scheduled to remain in place until 4 p.m. today. Forecasters highlight a high chance of scattered heavy showers and thunderstorms developing throughout the alert period. So I took my time with that to really give you a deep understanding. Flood-prone areas, places in the south, Pinal, places in the west, Digo Valley, San Juan, to an extent, on the main road. All those places that really feel the impact of flooding, I think it's important to at least have a contingency plan. Alert your employers that if you would have been impacted by flooding, you might have to leave early if the place set up. It brings a kind of anxiety and a kind of stress. And I just want folks to be prepared. We're in for probably a tough 2 days of extensive rain. So at least you know, and do what you have to do. Let's get ready for that first conversation. Stand Your Ground legislation. Let's hear from a legal mind as to this particular bill and where we are at and why it's important to continue with this conversation. See you soon. We come.
Make home yours every day with Courts. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, ooh, oh, oh. Get value for your money. Ooh, oh, oh. Courts have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Oh, Courts have it all.
Courts has what you need to make home yours. You can get it all with easy payment plans using Courts Ready Finance. Courts, make home yours.
Only bring on the arm, make it a man. Fools Christmas, all over the land, make it a man. Fools Christmas, the best taste in
year, make it a Mac Foods Christmas with T&T's favorite ham. We have pork, beef, chicken, and turkey hams, and even roasted garlic pork for the real taste of a Trinity Christmas.
Make it a Mac Foods Christmas. All over the land, make it a Mac Foods Christmas. The best taste in ham.
Make it a Mac Foods Christmas.
Now this is Radical Trading, you know that? And them have everything to cover anything. Radical Trading have the best fabric designs for your upholstery needs, yeah? So furniture, car, boat, tent, even material for school bags.
This will look really nice on my couch, boy.
They even making pillow too.
Sprang.
Oui?
Oh shucks, I forget the money.
Serious?
They could pay for it for me.
Me and my big mouth boy, I want a Radical get thing to cover mouth yet.
Radical Trading, 4 locations nationwide.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Attorney at Law Nairi Alfonso joins me on the Zoom line so we could really unpack some of the layers via the home invasion bill that's making its rounds. It obviously had a chance to go through the debate in the lower house. Now it's in the upper house. And I heard a very interesting argument being presented by opposition Senator Faris Alwari yesterday, and I would love some perspective, some clarity from you and a legal mind to at least break it down in a way we can understand as to if that particular question is valid. And I'll get to the question momentarily. Let me just firstly say welcome. Thanks for being here and compliments of the season.
Thank you very much, and good morning to you, JW, and your viewers as well.
Ms. Alfonso.
I only caught the tail end of the debate last night, mainly the independent senators. So please help me with the comment from my colleague, Mr. Alwari.
So Mr. Alwari, who is, I would safely say a legal luminary, he was former Attorney General, a man very versed with law. He put forward the argument, are squatters going to be protected under this home invasion bill? We know their land tenure is sometimes non-existent, problematic. So once somebody's squatting, they have claimed land, they put up their dwelling house, that's now their home. Will they be given protection under the current home invasion bill, the way it's structured and put forward?
The answer would be yes. If that is your home, whether it's a rental home, a purchased home, a home that you have constructed on squatters' land, that would be your home. That was the place that you have a right to be to some extent. But I mean that's very theoretical. Let's be practical. When you apply for a firearm, for instance, if a firearm is going to be used, you'd have to demonstrate where you're going to safely keep this firearm when it is at your home. So I don't know how, if it's a very rudimentary squatter home erected, how that would comply there. So you might not get past that particular requirement. Mm-hmm. That being said, if I have a right to be in a place, because I said I'm renting it, why, if I construct a home on government land, for argument's sake, somebody else's land, would that not be my home? It might. I may go to court and somebody tell me I have to get off, and somebody has a better right to the land than myself, but it would be still my home in that context.
Mm-hmm. So I guess it matters really not the circumstance of the accommodation. It matters that you are given the opportunity to defend yourself wherever you lay your head.
Yeah, but I couldn't put it better, and of course that's why the legislation, the bill, speaks of a vehicle modified for that might be like an RV in the United States, I don't know, or a boat where people do live. The legislation extends to that.
Yeah. What about those who are fearful that there's a particular component, a particular section of the society that might, because of the stereotypes when it comes to criminals and what criminals look like and how they might appear and what we would have seen presented in the media, and who are behind bars at this point in time, those men who put down the home invasions, the petty crime, there might be this perception that, you know what, if somebody just, you know, you're jumpy. From the time a man approach, you might just pull out the firearm and well, as the Prime Minister says, empty the clip and load it up again and knock it again and again. What's your counter to that particular mindset and perspective?
I want to say that the whole of Trinidad is jumpy. So that if people are being programmed because of what we read in, unfortunately, the media and what we know personally, that to expect the worst. If you find somebody in your home that you did not invite, and it's in the middle of the morning or the middle of the night, as the case may be, you expect the worst. You expect to be murdered. You expect to be victim of some sort of sexual assault. You expect to, you know, your family to be terrorized. So people are being programmed to expect the worst.
Mm-hmm. Well, I heard...
And as I'm looking at your video and I'm saying, it is, you know, as they say in Trinidad, it is the bandits who are programming us.
Yeah, it's true. And we can't have them on the winning side. Because many times we have heard that they actually, when they go before the court, the way the system is set up, the way the laws are structured, they sometimes seem like they have more protection than even the person defending themselves. And it brings me to the question of, is the bill in its current form giving protection to the homeowner who would naturally use the firearm to protect themselves, their family, their estate?
Yeah, and of course, that's what the bill, that's really, I would say, the focus of this bill. Do remember, we say a lot that we are codifying self-defense, you know, the laws that govern self-defense in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't practice criminal law, so I wouldn't get into much to that. But do remember, whether you take up a cutlass, a broomstick, or your gun, and you try to repel a home invader, and you injure them badly or you kill them, there's an assumption in the law now, as we speak, that, listen, you've engaged in criminal conduct yourself. I think this legislation quite clearly is trying to rebalance that position, that the presumption will be that you acted lawfully in repelling the criminal element, not that they were acting lawfully and they're in your home, and that you may not necessarily be subject to prosecution. I mean, because prosecution means the police haul you out of after being a victim and your family being a victim, you're hauled out of your home into a police station, questioned, potentially incarcerated, and looking for lawyers and bail.
Yeah, and that's why...
And until quite recently, we have to remember, you could not get bail for a capital offense until recently, relatively recently.
And that's why it's so important to kind of, you know, have the scale balance, because many would have suggested that the criminals are the ones who work the system and they are given full protection under the law, and those who defend themselves, because police always speak about reasonable force, a reasonable response to what's been brought to you. But if somebody come in with a gun, I guess to balance the scale, is only gun could fight gun. And my question with that, when it comes to this home invasion bill, if one was to really empty the clip on a bandit, will that be considered an overkill? Is there any consideration, or is there any way in the law someone could look at somebody being a bit extra overzealous, as it were, and really empty it out on a criminal? Would they end up in problems if they were to do that, like literally empty the clip, as the Prime Minister would have suggested?
Well, again, what politicians say on the hustings, I don't pay 100% credence to. But the training, first of all, if you own a firearm, I advocate training. So training to use your firearm does not tell you, these fanciful things you hear, well, aim at a foot or aim at a leg, or, try to shoot them in the arm and so on. Most people, when the adrenaline is flowing and you're absolutely, terrified, can't do that fine analysis. Okay, I'm going to just aim for that area or this area or that area. You are going to try to hit the person, stop the target that you think is going to harm you or your loved ones. Worse yet, your loved ones.
Looking to neutralize, as they say.
Of course. Well, it's not a matter of neutralize. I said, if it is, just imagine your adrenaline pumping and there are a couple men in your house with firearms, for argument's sake. Am I going to say, well, okay, one bullet is going to do it? two bullets are going to do it. I'm going to try to counter what is in front of me. I'm not going to weigh, I have 10 rounds of ammunition and I only need to use 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. And I say, do understand, anybody in that circumstance is in the horns of a dilemma. You've put them under pressure, as we say in Trinidad. Right? And you can't ask them to analyze, because that leads to what? Analysis paralysis. What's the best way to counter that? If you are a firearm owner, I guarantee you that firearm will be taken away from you and probably used on you.
And even that particular consideration, is that part of the bill where I know if you use your firearm, it's going to be taken for ballistic testing, and you're almost left naked in a way? So
absolutely left naked. So,
right.
And we've had this, I mean, it's well known that I have an interest in a firearm dealership. And while I don't practice criminal law, I have received over the years all manner of telephone calls at all manner of times in the night that a homeowner, a business owner has used their firearm. The police have come and take the firearm. The person is out of their mind, terrified that some allies, cohorts of the criminal that they may have neutralized, as you say, is going to come back to their home or their business, or both, for that matter.
So is it that they will seize the gun that was used, or they're going to seize all the guns? Because I know there are people who have 2, 5. It are people with more than one gun, and it are people with some serious firepower also. Is it that in a scenario like that, all the guns are taken, or just the gun that was used to protect yourself?
We have had scenarios where all of the guns are taken, and on the premise that a police officer will say, we're taking the FUL, which is the booklet, like a driver's license, so that you can't hold any firearm. We've had far more reasonable police officers to say, well, okay, this is the gun that was used in the incident, and therefore we'll be taking that.
You think the nation is ready? Because it's one thing to say want a firearm, but from what I understand, people say it's like almost taken care of. I don't even want to compare it. I don't want to compare it to a child per se, but they say you have to be spot on mentally, spiritually, physically. The training, as you mentioned, must be something that's in the mix. Your dress code needs to change, the way you conduct yourself, no such a drinking when you go out on line. There's a total mind shift that must take place with owning a firearm. Are we, as a nation, you feel, in that place and ready for that kind of responsibility?
I would agree with you. It's a heavy responsibility, and one that is not to be assumed lightly. But again, there's a framework in place now, and I'm certainly part of a group that has asked for more training, regulated training. You're doing muscle memory. Must become your firearm must become an extension of yourselves. How do you do that? It's training. So when you say, are people ready? Generally, I don't think everybody, no matter what the crime situation, everybody cannot get a firearm. Everybody is not capable of carrying a firearm safely and using it. It's a mindset. It's either you have the mindset or not. And first of all, you have to come out and have in your mind, I'm a person who is capable and willing to carry a firearm.
Yeah. Any closing remarks as we look to pull the curtains down on the discussion? I'll give you the final say. Sure.
I mean, as I said, this legislation, you notice in the Senate, it was not passed last night.
Yeah, they went way into the wee hours this morning, and they actually delayed to, I think, till Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
So the fact of the matter is, some very useful comments came out of, in particular, the independent bench. And this is the nature of legislation. In fact, litigation too, other eyes, other perspectives have been brought to bear on the bill. And I think some useful comments were made, which I'm sure the Honorable Attorney General and his department will, take the best of it and include it in some amendments to the terms of the bill. But this is a very important first step. It is only one step, though. I heard everybody quoting our Chinese proverb, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. But it is true. The first step, this is one step.
Yeah.
It is the first of one step. There are other steps that must be put into the mix, must be brought on board in order to make Trinidad and Tobago a safer environment for its law-abiding citizens, and I emphasize that.
Yes.
And that's the only persons I am interested in protecting.
Indeed.
And looking after their interests.
Indeed, and I think it is important to give citizens a layer, an option, so that they can protect themselves and protect their interests and family. Ms. Alfonso, all the best. Thanks for touching base.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Let's keep the discussion going.
Thank you.
Indeed. Let's pivot now to the top brass at the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, TAT. The CEO joins me as it pertains to new rules on U.S. TV channel rights. By next year, some of the channels we enjoy and we know and we love might not be available. We get some details from the CEO after the break.
When I hear her calling, it was neighbor Mildred. She come over early, say time at the vet. Please don't say I'm greedy, but I ain't fool yet. My husband gone by him.
Ah, Christmas, the season of love, laughter, and just a little bit of chaos. Sometimes the ham has other plans, and sometimes you just need to call Granny. Digital Postpaid Family Plan keeps the family connected. Now everybody can be in the Christmas line near or far, starting at $500 for 2 new postpaid customers. Get 200 gigabytes of data plus 1,000 anywhere minutes to share more of those festive vibes that make the season brighter. Because at the end of the day, Christmas isn't about perfection, it's about real connection with Digicel.
With a pre-car raffle organized on behalf of Queens Royal College, you have a chance of winning a luxurious royal ride Ford Ranger. Draw a date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available at islandetickets.com. Lewis Appliances, corner Tragard Road and Edward Street. Caribbean Jewelers, Trin City Mall. Mandarin Mini Mart St. Anne's. A. Moses and Sons, 181 Tragard Road. Quaysay Supermarket, Calcutta Road Number 2, Strive Restaurant and Bar, Mukarapa Road, New Car and Auto Shop West Mall, First Priority Music Gulf City Mall, SNSR Food Center, Princesstown, Quaysay Best Price, St. Mary's Junction, Roming's Hardware Maraval, Cascade Minimart, Kelly Supermarket, Digger Mountain Main Road, the Unit Trust Agency, and West Mall. For more info, call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802. Queens Royal College, Christmas 3-car raffle.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh produce and everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale retail, everything for you. A remush, a water, shop, fair, go view. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh produce and everything fantastic. Food Basket, Marketplace Go View, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
My man Andre.
Good night, Anthony.
7 years with the company, and we couldn't do it without Antoine.
Happy birthday, dear Alejandro. Happy birthday to you.
Who's Angelo?
We're like coworkers who don't forget your name.
I'm Angelo.
CG United. Good like that.
It's the ultimate Parang celebration. Join the fun and make every moment light up your season.
Alegría, alegría, nace el Señor para salvar a los felices redentor. En Belén de Judea, la Virgen María, vio al San Niño.
Pan Parang competition, Sunday, December 21st at 8:30 p.m. on CNC3.
I want to say good morning to the entire TAT family. I know their location there in Barataria, a really amazing team, and their CEO, Curley Prescott, joins me live this morning for a most important conversation. CEO Prescott, I want to thank you for being here, for taking the time to share with us this very important set of information. And of course, season's greetings to you and the entire TAT family.
Thank you, JW. I'm hoping that's appropriate. And good morning to you, your viewers, your listeners across Trinidad and Tobago. Season's greetings to everyone as well.
Indeed. And, you know, we're looking at this development, new rules as it pertains to the U.S. TV channels. So I got the list of channels, and it's channels that many enjoy, especially for me. I look forward to CBS Sunday morning, every single Sunday morning. I get lots of information there. So CBS is impacted, ABC, NBC, and Fox. Apparently, from what we're seeing, local cable providers must obtain proper intellectual property rights to continue broadcasting some of these. I mean, these are signature stations that have been part of people's lives for many years. Could you elaborate as to where we are and what's the current situation and what is the solution to this ultimately?
Sure. So where we are is that, as you mentioned, these channels have been carried traditionally since the introduction of cable television services in Trinidad and Tobago. They've been staple channels, all right? Behind the scenes, however, those channels, they're broadcast free to air in the U.S. And the channels that are broadcasted in the U.S. only have the rights to be broadcast in the U.S., right? Now, due to proximity issues, you know, if you're broadcasting over the air, you know, some of those signals were sort of available in neighboring countries like Canada and Mexico. And once they became available in neighboring countries, the signals were able to be retransmitted and redistributed across into other countries, which is how it ended up in the Caribbean, right? And of course, this is unique to Trinidad and Tobago, the broadcast of these channels. So because of our neighboring location, we have been able to gain access to the channels from a distribution perspective. However, they were not properly covered by, you know, proper rights agreements. You know, the rights to broadcast in these Caribbean countries were not necessarily available. Now, I do want to, you know, provide some level of defense to our industry players. They have made many attempts in collaboration with many other agencies, including the authority, to secure those rights. So it's not due to lack of trying, it's not due to lack of effort. They have been reaching out to the programmers, the ABCs, the CBSs, the parent companies, Paramount, Disney, NBC.
What about FCC and Mr. Carr? Because I was part of Canto this year, and he was in the room, and you know, there were lots of stakeholders and players from the entire region. So I would imagine, could the FCC could they go directly to the FCC for a conversation, or you have to go to the actual owners, really, and stakeholders who own these stations?
So the FCC's remit would extend to the boundaries of the United States of America.
Oh, so they go beyond the state.
They're unable to really regulate or direct anything beyond the U.S. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, the FCC, you talk about Commissioner Carr, he's definitely one of the stakeholders you engage and so on. And as I said, we have tried. Even through the U.S. Embassy, our U.S. Embassy here, we have sought to obtain those rights. So the providers have been trying for many years. We ourselves as the authority have tried to intervene. We've reached out to some of these producers, these programmers, to see what could be done. We've even partnered, we've worked, we've liaised with the Trinidad and Tobago Intellectual Property Office here in Trinidad, here to see what could be done to get those rights extended. So this has been a multi-year effort of us seeing how we could protect and secure the rights for these channels so that these stations can continue to be distributed here in Trinidad and Tobago.
You know, in such an interesting time, I remember growing up, you'll pass in a neighborhood and see a satellite dish. So you know that family had money to even afford a satellite, and that family had cable. So you could go there and watch the little WrestleMania or whatever, right? Then it went to cable. So cable came on the scene, cable took the place by storm, and that was this hard line running from, into a cable box. We are now in the technological age, and people are streaming, people have these Fire Sticks where they're getting stations from all over the world. How do we, I guess, find a way to embrace where we are and bring a better understanding and ensure that the local providers do not lose out in a big way, and more people go towards that particular route, because I think that clearly is an illegal route where people doing all this sort of plug-in stuff and watching channels from all over the world. What's the scenario with that?
Right. So that has also been receiving our attention. You know, we've done a public consultation on what we call our illicit streaming services framework. So we have been looking at that matter as well. So we have not ignored it. We haven't just said, hey, we're going to focus on the established providers. We've also looked at illicit streaming services. And one of the things we're working with the providers on as we sort of renew their terms and conditions of operation is how can we put in a mechanism in place to address copyright infringement on the streaming side as well. So we have not simply purely looked at the subscription broadcasting space. We appreciate, as you said, that this is a broader issue. It's there is intellectual property compromise happening on the streaming world as well. So we have started the discussions, we've started the efforts to address it in that regard. So as I said, updated the terms and conditions of our public telecom operators, particularly our internet service providers that facilitate streaming, and as we continue our discussions with the Trinidad and Tobago Intellectual Property Office, the public, just as how we're taking these steps now with the cable operators, the public will see further action as it relates to copyright infringements on the streaming side.
I mean, I'm so happy that you're here to really explain it to us, give us an update, keep us in the loop. Is there any kind of compliance deadline? Is there a timeline we're working with for these stations? Because I recognize most of this, there's a 2026 component to it. And again, it's major stations. I mean, Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS. I think one of those stations actually carry the NBA, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So they may carry the NBA, but there are also local broadcasters or other stations that tend to buy the rights, right? So once the rights are purchased, those particular events, sporting events, can continue to still be available to the public, right? So it doesn't mean that by taking up these channels, those signature events, those flagship events will no longer be available to be on cable TV. It actually creates an opportunity for a CNC3 or a TV6, just as how they try to buy the rights for CPL, right? And they can secure the rights for NBA, right? And coming back to your other point, if it is a CNC3 or TV6 were to buy the rights for an NBA, they wouldn't want those rights to be undermined by an illegal streaming service, a Fire Stick, and people, not watching TV6, because of course for TV6 and CNC3 to buy those rights, they have to get sponsorship. Right? And they have to pay for those rights. So having secured sponsorship and paying for the rights, they won't want that to be compromised either by illegal streaming. So in that regard, that is why we have to take a holistic view to encourage, the proper respect of intellectual property rights. Yeah.
Any closing remarks, CEO Prescott? Because this is a very interesting conversation, and I want us to continue. And as you get updates, feel free to keep us in the loop.
So you talk about the time frame. So I didn't get to that as yet. So what we've done to minimize the impact on the wider public in our discussions with the industry, with the relevant stakeholders, the Intellectual Property Office, the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism, the U.S. Embassy, all of these are the stakeholders we've been engaging. And we have impressed that we need to sort of phase this. We can't just go hard cut. Well, we shouldn't have to go hard cut all at once. So what we've done is we've established a roadmap, so to speak, where providers should try to at least get the rights where they could prioritize their efforts. So let's look at Fox first. Try to get the rights for Fox, the Fox channel, by December 30th, 2025. If you get the rights and if you're paying for the rights, notify us and you could continue carrying the channel. So it's not a straight case of everybody must take off. If you could get the rights, you could continue carrying the channel. If you are unable to, or if you can't, then you should remove it from December 31st. And that will just be Fox only, right? In terms of from our perspective, from the regulatory perspective. Now, of course, a provider is free to do more than just Fox, right? They can do whatever their business model tells them to do. But from our perspective, we've said you have to at least get Fox's rights by December 30th, 2025. Then we give a 4-month span till we look at the next channel. So the next channel will then be NBC. So by April 30th, see if you can secure the legitimate rights for the carriage of the NBC channel on your cable lineup. If you get the rights, you could continue carrying it. It could be an NBC Caribbean. It could be the streaming feed that you see on YouTube or via the NBC app online. If you get that feed, you could continue to, rights for that feed, you could continue to carry NBC past April 30th. However, if you're unable to secure an agreement, it needs to come off the lineup. We then move to August 30th. We then look at ABC at that point. Same discussion. You get the rights, you could keep it. If you don't, it has to be removed. And then finally, because you started by talking about CBS being a big one for you, right? So finally, CBS is the last on the list. December 30th, 2026. If you get the rights for CBS by that time, you can continue to carry it. If not, you have to remove it.
Last question really fast because we got to run, but let me ask as it pertains to the financials. Clearly the stakeholders, this would incur extra costs. Would that cost probably be transferred to the customer?
I have to be careful on that question. So in this case here, it's a competitive market, right? That's one of the things, persons look to us as the telecom authority and say, well, you're the regulator. In a competitive market, the regulator doesn't set prices. The regulator just ensures people compete fairly, we resolve disputes,
compliance,
we protect consumers.
Yes.
That is our stress. So in this regard, it's a competitive market. There will be some who may discontinue a couple channels. They will get the rights for a couple. Whether or not they increase the price will be subject to their competitive state. So if it is they think they could compete the price and still keep their customers happy by saying, hey, I've kept these 2 channels for you, they will make that choice. If it is their customers unhappy, they will choose with their pocket. It's a competitive market. We have many, many cable television operators in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, I want to thank you for that. And you're hearing it in real time, so don't be surprised. Don't be alarmed if for any reason your favorite channel is not there. And then smile if it's on the lineup because you have known that your provider is thinking about you and they've done the right thing and there is compliance. Because we've been hearing this, I hear this for years. I'm surprised this is still even a conversation. Imagine that in 2025. Wow.
Yes. As I was looking back at it, we actually saw this conversation has been going on. There was similar kind of stories like this in 2019. Yeah. So what we're doing now is there was an argument made back then, but give us more time and we'll see what we could do. So we've given them the time, the years have passed, but now we have to take some decisive action.
No, it's action time. It's action time. CEO Prescott from the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago touching base. We take that pause and we come right back. See you soon.
This Christmas, the season of savings is here at Food Shopper Supermarket, 121 Eastern Main Road, Arima, the J. Chai Trading Compound. Enjoy unbeatable prices, plus buy one, get one deals on select items. Shop in comfort with wide, easy-to-browse aisles, spacious parking, and a clean, cool, fully stocked supermarket every day. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for updates and festive events. For the latest deals and prices, join our WhatsApp channel. Christmas starts with Food Shoppers. Food Shopper Supermarket, bringing you love.
I eat it ham with my pastel, cause it bake easily. I wash it down with some sorrel. Boy, the thing's so juicy. A great food time, a great food time, a great food time. I easy bake ham, a great food time, a great food time. I easy bake ham every time we param. Is easy bake ham, Christmas or Carnival. Is easy bake ham. Great foods, the name says it all.
This Christmas, John Thomas presents Believe, a Pop Star Christmas,
featuring the Believe Junior Collective.
A spectacular holiday concert packed with favorite Christmas hits,
pop star energy, and show-stopping voices.
Be there on Friday, December 19th at Queen's Hall.
We're bringing the dazzle, the music, and the glamour.
Get your tickets now at Queen's Hall box office or at queenshalltt.com.
John Thomas's Believe,
a Pop Star Christmas. This December at Queen's Hall.
Get your tickets today.
Period nights don't have to look like this. Move less, wake up to change. So change for a real night's sleep with Always Overnight. Its 3 times protection system absorbs, locks the fluid, and keeps it away from your skin. For protected nights without leaks. Always.
Season's greetings from Secu Credit Union, where we make your dreams come true. Check out our vehicle loan specials, flexible terms and reduced rates until February 2026. Need funds for the holiday season? Take advantage of our $20,000 Sorrel season loan. No hold-on shares and no installment payments required until 2026. Get up to 5 times your shares balance with our personal loans or access up to $1 million for debt consolidation. Contact us at 226-7328 for more info. Secu, supporting expectations, caring for you.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. That should big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop, Sumitomo, and Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic in Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasance Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Welcome back. Let's get into some of our housekeeping. We, as always, let you know if you want to join the show, be part of the mix, sit with me on the couch, or join me on the Zoom line. You can send an email to tmb@cnc3.co.tt. Really simple, nice paragraph, no long thesis. We don't want no dissertation. Come on, to the point. We'll let you know when and what time we have available, and I look forward to seeing you soon. You're welcome. Let's move to the social media handles. Instagram, Facebook, and X, very active in the space. We stay on top of all the developments. And the same pertains to our CNC3 mobile app. It's a must-have on your smartphone, your number one source for verified breaking news and all your favorite content on demand. Oh yes, get it today on your smartphone. What about The Guardian? It is a legacy that's 108 years in the making. New look and feel. I mean, it's been around before my time, before my mom's time, before my grandmom's time. It's been around a minute. And I think by now we know what we're doing, and you know, we are the guardians of democracy. And if you want to enjoy The Guardian on your smartphone, desktop, or mobile today, visit guardian.co.tt. With that being said, let's get into our food for thought. Do we have some food for thought today? No food for thought. Well, I would say, in terms of a particular mantra that always works for me, I always speak to passion, purpose, and payment. And payment, as I always say, is not about what's in your bank account. Payment is that fulfillment, knowing that you would have made a difference in somebody's life and you're being your brothers and sisters' keeper. So, you know, that's my word for the day today: passion, purpose, and payment. And payment really should be fulfillment. With that being said, I want to say kudos and a heartfelt welcome to our representative. Now, we're getting a chance just to break the ice a little bit. We'll get into the real in-depth conversation after 7. She was kind of thrusted into this particular spotlight because we all know that Soleil, who would have won the local leg, pulled out of the competition. So literally at the last minute, she had to put herself together. Yes. And that in itself, to me, I know took a lot. But she went out there, she gave us representation, and she came back, and we are happy to have her with us, Latifah Morris, on set. I didn't even realize she was so tall, you know. Now, we are about the same height, 5'11", but with the heel.
She's 6'4", 5.
Soaring, you know. So glad to have you. We're really going to get into our conversation in depth after 7, but you told me you're still climatizing, you're still trying to adjust because it was a massive...
11 hours difference between Thailand and Trinidad and Tobago. So my sleeping patterns for the past days are out of order. What
was the flight arrangement to go and to come back? You went from where to where to where?
I went to Houston, then to LA, then to Bangkok, Thailand, then to Thailand.
Fantastic. And to come back?
And the same thing.
Same?
Yes.
Good. So that was probably, that was a real...
I traveled for 2 days.
2 days?
Yes, I had a layover in LA for 10 hours, both to go and to come, to return, yes. So.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? I want you to sit back, relax. I'm so happy you're here. So, listen, I have so much. I want all the tea. I have so much I want to find out. This was probably the most...
Yes, controversial.
Controversial Miss Universe in decades, you know.
In decades.
This one went viral.
And it's very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very sad.
You got a front seat of the action? Oh my goodness, you have stories to tell?
I was there.
Your children and grandchildren, trust me.
That's right.
Ooh, Latifah's in the building. We get a chance to touch base and find out all about the Miss Universe Experience 2025. See you soon.
I love when Mommy takes us to JTA. Everyone here is so friendly. Mom says JTA has everything we need. Great quality, plenty variety, plus the freshest fruits and vegetables. I get to choose more treats because Mommy says JTA's prices are really good. Plus, Mom says we get free groceries when she uses her points from her JTA thank you card. And when it's time to pay, Mom has the biggest smile. That's why Mommy prepares the best meals for our family.
Your total bill always costs less at JTA.
Hey, every Christmas Santa have one plan to make sure he get his blue ribbon ham. Forget the rest, this is the one, the bestest in ham blue ribbon.
Even Santa knows a Christmas ham is a blue ribbon ham. Whether it's pork, beef, chicken, or even turkey hams, Blue Ribbon has hams for everyone.
Forget the rest, this is the one, the bestest in ham blue ribbon.
A Christmas ham is a blue ribbon ham. Get yours today.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dream, join the team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed with Rand Credit Union. You can believe that you can achieve. Big goals, small ones too. Rand Credit Union, we've got you. No more waiting, that won't do. Make someday today. One life, so make it good. Live the way you know you should. With Rand Credit Union, yes you could. Make someday today.
Live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
JHI Trading, your one-stop hardware and home center, has it all for you. Come visit and choose from a wide selection of curtains, draperies, and linens. Lots of furniture, kitchen cabinets, and wardrobes. Top brand name kitchen appliances and accessories. A wide selection of tools. Bath enclosures and bathroom fixtures. Chandeliers. Vinyl mats and rugs. In-house paint shop to give you that special color. Mirrors and pictures in assorted sizes, colors, and designs. Lots of toys. Hardware and construction supplies. Visit JHI Trading Home Center and Hardware. 121 Eastern Main Road, Arima. Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488, 701-6680, 728-6786, or visit our website to order.
I have been shopping at Price Club from the beginning. I love most of all the friendliness of the staff.
I shop here because my children love me and I love them.
My favorite section is the vegetarian section. They have such a wide variety, which I love.
I have been out shopping, to check out the prices, but here at the Lewis, it's the best.
I have tried other places and I came right back to Price Club because they are the low price leader.
Good morning. I am Jen Sullivan with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. Political analysts are split on what will decide the January 12th THA election, even as parties say they are ready for the date. But two analysts believe Watson Duke's silence may signal his exit from Tobago politics. The PNM and the Innovative Democratic Alliance tell CNC3 News the date came as no surprise. The IDA announced its prospective candidates yesterday. The PNM will end its 2 weeks community town hall meeting today. Political analyst Dr. Bishnu Raghunath says the radar secrecy and U.S. military presence could influence voters depending on how parties use it. He expects a tight race.
I don't expect the kind of runaway victory that the PPP had the PDP had in 2021. I expect that the PNM will give them a challenge in several of the electoral districts. What I will say, however, is that it will not be a runaway victory.
Diego Martin Mann is facing serious charges after allegedly threatening to kill an opposition senator and his children. Police say the charges stem from an investigation into menacing messages posted on social media targeting Senator Dr. Amory Brown. According to investigators, Senator Brown discovered the threats on November 19th on the public Facebook post from earlier in the month. The threats reference both the senator and his children, and police say the senator had no prior connection to the user behind those posts. The suspect later turned himself in at the West End police station where he was formally charged. CNC3 News attempted to get a comment from Dr. Brown about this development. However, he was in a Senate sitting. This comes just one day after another man was ordered to perform 240 hours of community service for threatening the chief personnel officer on TikTok. Police Constable Philip Awing is one of 3 people now detained for allegedly plotting to murder a government minister. Awing is accused of supplying a gang with police intel. He now joins businessman Danny Guerra, who was detained last week for the same matter. Guerra's son Gavin and Rondell Patch Adolphus were also held for being part of the gang plotting to murder a minister. According to the detention orders, they have access to a cache of high-powered rifles and plans to escalate attacks against rival gangs in public spaces using the high-powered firearms. Those were your 7 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at 8 a.m. on the TBC Radio Network.
Well, the second hour starts with a truly tremendous guest, our girl, our queen. She went out there and she represented with distinction Latifah Morris. I want to thank you for obviously your service. You was, as I mentioned, put into that spotlight literally last minute.
Yes, 1 month and a half.
You had to, rally up yourself.
Yes. Gather my frills, as we would say.
Yes, and you went and you saw, and well, you told me about getting there and the extensive flying. Who was your roommate? Tell me as you got there, and what's the first thing that happens when you reach here? You're received in the airport and you...
Yes, we are received in the airport by the Miss Universe organization. Yeah. Firstly, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Season's greetings.
Yes, and season's greetings.
Thank you for having me this morning. So yes, when you arrive in Thailand, you are received by the Miss Universe organization, and then we go straight to the hotel. There's a bus with Miss Universe on it, prestige thing, and then we went to the hotel, and then it's registration. So I was thrust straight into registration. One time.
Is it that you choose your roommate, or do they...
No, they choose our roommates.
Who's your roommate?
My roommate was Miss Botswana.
Oh, how was that?
That was the best. I've had one of the best roommates. We had good camaraderie, good friendship. I mean, we even chat still, although we are back home. Even her people as well from Botswana, they would have followed me and showed a lot of love to me as well. So,
because people, I think that is very important as to who you're going, because you have to share a room with someone that you don't know. You don't know this person to snore. You don't know what this person's sleeping pattern like.
If they're clean.
Yes. So I'm happy that you had a great experience.
Yes, I had a great experience. Some of the girls didn't, because we spoke about it. Some of them had to change their clothes or ask for assistance when we go to different venues because their roommate will not assist them. Yes, so some of the girls didn't have that experience, but I am happy to be one of them who had an amazing experience in terms of my roommate.
Walk me through garments and clothes and your costuming. Is it that every appearance you had to wear something new, or you had to kind of shift and adjust?
Every appearance was something new. I had 7 luggages. And I didn't even get to wear all of my outfits. But I think I showed up and I showed out.
No, you did.
And they loved all of my outfits, and that was my goal.
Now you step out, Who was responsible for some of the amazing outfits we saw?
So we had Zadan Eastman, Malin did my arrival outfit. Claudia Pegas did my arrival outfit.
Yes.
This was done by Laura Lee, Laura Lee Boutique. This was my costume was done by Shane James.
Fantastic.
How could I forget myself? Top Models Boutique. Some of my outfits was from my boutique.
Look at you now.
This was Kaiso Swim.
Yes.
Yes, we also had Cooties, who came on board as well for my dresses. Then we had She-Rocks. We also had Epic Clothing as well, too.
Fantastic.
And jewelry, Aya Styler. And yeah.
It was a lot, because people fail to realize that there is that need to present yourself, look different.
That is the job, the Miss Universe job. That is what it entails. You have to be able to show up all the time.
Yeah, I could only imagine. So walk me through what many look at as one of the most controversial pageants in recent history, and
Oh
that
my
room
God,
when everybody, because clearly you walked out with everyone else.
Yes.
When things went downhill with Miss Mexico, what led up to that particular moment?
So what happened, because what we saw trending all over social media was the tension that rose, the volcano that evolved and erupted, right? Leading up to that, the day before, however, the both organizations, as in the Miss Universe Thailand, which is Mr. Manawat, that's the China guy that we saw, him and the Miss Universe organization, they had some sort of disagreement the day before, which the Miss Universe organization is the Mexican, we know it's Mexican. So they had a disagreement in terms of one of the sponsors being an online gambling site, and gambling is illegal in Thailand. So he had police come to the hotel the day before and escort them out and all those things, and apparently they had to leave the country. So that drama spilled over into the next day. Apparently, the Mexican organization, I don't know if they mentioned to their girl, that's what he was saying before the phones came out to record. He was saying that apparently they told her not to promote Thailand and not to do certain things, not to follow the policies and the rules. So what happened, because that was supposed to be our sashing ceremony when we were going to get our country names on us. So very important moment. We are there sitting so proud, ready to go. That is the beginning of the entire competition. In that moment, he came and he started the conference, and he was speaking and he was saying that some of the girls are not complying with the rules. He have a list of 20 of them. And when he started speaking about that, why are you all not complying? And he was respectful at first. However, he singled out Miss Mexico. Where is Miss Mexico? Let me see you stand up. She stood up and he was speaking about it. Why are you not following the rules? Why are you not working with the team and wanting to film and promote Thailand? This is the host country. He paid so much money to the Miss Universe organization, and I'm there sitting like, oh my God, what is this? I don't need to know how much money you spent and all those things.
What was the mood in your room? Could you cut the tension with a knife? With a scissors?
At first, you could have. But after, because she sat down and she was like, I am complying. And she sat back down, and we continued, and he started getting, I don't know, like, he started feeling uncomfortable. He spent so much money, how many millions to host Miss Universe and all those things. And then, again, if you are doing that and you are not complying with the rules, then you might be dumb or you might be damaged or whatsoever, and it's going to diminish your chances of winning and all those things he started saying. So she stood back up now because she started to feel uncomfortable. And then that's when the tension started rising, and she was like, well, if you are saying these things, why can't you speak to me in private and rather than embarrass me in front of everyone? And he's like, why are you standing? I didn't tell you to stand. And that's where the back and forth started, and that's what we saw trending all over social media.
Wow. I mean, that went viral. That was all over the world.
He called the security, and when he called security, because he didn't like the way that she was responding to him, she walked out, and some of the girls held on to her, and they were like, Fatima, don't leave the room, you know. And he was like, she said, this is a platform for women and raising your voice, and the same thing that she mentioned.
That's what we would have seen.
Yes, and then another one of the team, which is a female from the Miss Universe organization, she took over the mic from him. And when she took the mic over, all of us who were standing in the room still, when some of them got to walk out, she started saying, I am a woman as well, and I know how you're all feeling. You all want to stand with your sister and all these different things. Then Miss Thailand took the mic to try to fuse the situation. Then we had Miss Ghana, who is a therapist. She tried to fuse the situation, and then they told us, well, we have to go for a break now.
Latifah, you probably tell yourself, I come all the way here for this bacchanal, right?
It's the third day.
So this bacchanal, how? But let me ask you, though, because another moment that went across the entire globe, and many, especially because it's our Caribbean sister, and it's from a place where we love so much, Jamaica.
Yes.
We saw that incident, and, you know, many might have said, okay, you know, we have seen women fall already on the paddle stage, and they get up and keep it going. But the fact that she was stretchered out, I said, my goodness, like, this thing's serious.
This thing is serious.
What's the latest with Miss Jamaica? What's your
Well, right now, great news, thank the Lord. She is out of ICU because she had to stay in ICU for 7 days. which apparently, you know, they said head traumas and all those different things. So she had to be in ICU for 7 days. But now, because we are still in our Miss Universe group, and they are keeping us up to date with what is happening there, and she's out of ICU. So that is great news for us. But she's still in Thailand. When that happened, we honestly didn't fully understand what took place. You know, I found out after the show was done. I saw it on the media. I didn't even know that is what took place in front of the curtain.
I mean, you would have walked the stage. What do you think it was it that? I mean, because you all go through training with
misjudgment.
Misjudgment of the space.
Of the space. That's the only thing, misjudgment of the entire space, because we would have been practicing 2 days before. But I think in that moment, misjudgment.
And it's a high stage?
It was a high stage, like about 4 feet. Yes.
My goodness.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the night itself, how did you prepare, how you felt? I mean, obviously, you're going into it now, it's finals night, it's live, the ball is rolling, and even with the finals itself.
Well, first, the semifinals, which was 2 days before.
Right, the semis.
That was our costumes, then swim, then evening gown.
Yes.
So.
How was that? Because, yes, you must go through the semis before you get into the finals.
Into the finals, yes.
Were you nervous? You felt butterflies on that stage?
To be quite honest, no.
Because it passed so fast?
It passed so fast. And then we were preparing the girls as well too. I am right after Thailand, always going to be after Thailand. And there's this thing that we had this connection. I would give her like a sign that we are going to shell the stage down. That's what I told her. And that is what made me comfortable, because although I'm coming after Thailand, which is the host country, she is one of the pageant queens who is a stronghold. Going after her.
You could ride the wave.
You could either ride the wave, or the audience will not love you.
Yeah.
They will get quiet. And me being there and actually witnessing the fact that they started screaming again when Trinidad and Tobago was on the stage, that was it for me. That would have, you know. That, you know, it's like, you know, amp you.
Yeah, you're right. You call that riding the wave. You catch your surf and you just.
Yes, and you just surf. That's right.
Yes. So, obviously, Coupe d'Ivoire on the night. I mean, I was way miles away in my home watching it.
Yes.
And even though it's a broadcast and, you know, the announcer speaking, you could actually hear in the background over the announcers and all the ambient noise, kind of like the crowd was like,
the volcano erupting.
Up in arms.
Yes.
I say, oh my goodness. And then even more so, the fact that, well, the same lady was at the middle of the controversy, Mexico, won over the host country, who came first runner-up, and the franchise holders are Mexican. My goodness.
Yes.
This was like a living soap opera here, you know,
yes,
this moment.
That's right. And being a part of it, it was, oh my God, out of this world. And I was in shock, because first off, here in the top 30, I mean, me being one of the girls, I'm not tooting my own horn, but being on the ground there in terms of performance, in terms of showing up, I was considered one of the top 30 as well, even from the bloggers and even from the team and all those things. So when I started hearing the names being called, the country names being called from that top 30, I felt in that moment, Latifah, this is going to be an upset. I said to myself, like, you know, you're speaking to yourself, I said to myself, Latifah, this is going to be an upset and it's going to be controversial. That's what I said. I don't know if, you know, God told me something beforehand. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my God. So from the top 30, then top 12, and then, well, top 5, and well, we saw it was controversial.
Well, I tell you, what an experience. You have one to tell your children, your grandchildren. This is one for the record books. But as we wrap things up, what's next for you? What's the next immediate move? What's 2026 looking like for you?
Well, to be quite honest, I'm really trying to get through December. I'm trying to acclimatize back into my schedule. I am a business owner, clothing boutique, so this is my busy time, considered my busy time. So I'm trying to ride that wave and get through December safely. And then, well, actually, I need to regain 5 pounds because I lost 5 pounds. I got sick when I was in Thailand. Yes, I got influenza. So while I was there, I lost 5 pounds. So I need to regain that 5 pounds, and then we're going to go back into, we're going to focus on 2026.
Fantastic. And how can folks find you if they want to just monitor, you know, your business page, just look at all your...
So firstly, my Instagram and TikTok. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, it's the same thing, Latifah Morris. It will always be Latifah Morris. That's me. And my business is Top Models Boutique. We are located in Pennywise Plaza in Devon Shoguners.
That's right. Queen Latifah, you know.
Queen Latifah.
Our own Queen
Thank
Latifah.
you.
And thank you. Thank you
for having me this morning.
Yeah, and we appreciate the representation.
And thank you for my team, to my sponsors, to Trinidad and Tobago. To be quite honest, seeing myself all over the blogs, it was overwhelming, and that fueled me to go through and to propel and to move forward and to do my very best.
Now you'll continue to make your strides and grow from strength to strength.
Yes, thank
Congrats
you.
again.
Thank you so much.
Queen, our Queen Latifah Morris touching base as we transition and get into the Tobago talks. That's up next. Well, you know, I wish I could have talked to Latifah all morning.
I know.
But we don't want any politics, you know. See you soon.
Thank you so much.
For sure. Oh my God.
I need to be here again.
At Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chagonas, we are committed to providing quality products for all major building projects. Let's build together with rebars and beams, BRC coils and mats, RHS and angles, roofing sheets and purlins, lumber, plywood and MDF. Bagwansing's, building homes, building communities, building TNT for over 60 years. Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chagonas, building value every day.
Featuring the Believe Junior Collective.
A spectacular holiday concert packed with favorite Christmas hits.
Pop star energy and show-stopping voices.
Be there on Friday, December 19th at Queen's Hall.
We're bringing the dazzle, the music, and the glamour.
Get your tickets now at Queen's Hall box office or at queenshalltt.com.
John Thomas's Believe,
a pop star Christmas. This December at Queen's Hall.
Get your tickets today.
Victor, why are you still living with bad odors? Instantly refresh your spaces with Febreze. Smell like leftover fried food? Instant freshness. Febreze, your home smelling fresh and clean. Find the limited edition at your favorite store or supermarket.
This Christmas, the season of savings is here at Food Shoppers Supermarket, 121 Eastern Main Road, Arima, the J-Chai Trading Compound. Enjoy unbeatable prices, plus buy one, get one deals on select items. Shop in comfort with wide, easy-to-browse aisles, spacious parking, and a clean, cool, fully stocked supermarket every day. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for updates and festive events. For the latest deals and prices, join our WhatsApp channel. Christmas starts with Food Shoppers. Food Shoppers Supermarket, bringing you love.
Do you think all dishwashing soaps are the same? With some, they require more effort, and they don't wash as much. Try Dawn and discover its grease cleaning power. Dawn removes stuff grease easier and faster than others. Additionally, it foam lasts 50% more. With Dawn, you use less product to clean more dishes and save with every wash. Dawn, triple grease cleaning power.
THA Minority Leader Calvin Morris joins me on the Zoom line. A date is now set, January 12th. It's a Monday. And I want to find out from Mr. Morris his state of preparedness. But before all of that, compliments of the season, and always a great, great pleasure to see you. Welcome, my brother.
Compliments of the season to you as well, Jason, and all your loyal viewers.
brothers and sisters of Trinidad and Tobago, beautiful La Trinity, good morning.
Good morning indeed. What's your state of preparedness? I mean, obviously the data's set, as they say, they ring the bell. It's time now to get into the hustings. What's the mindset? How you feel?
We are quite excited, quite ready. I think this allows Tobago an opportunity to exhale. Tobagonians have been feeling a sense of hopelessness for the last 4 years. Of course, you would have heard from the different sectors. The tourism sector is at an all-time low. The construction sector has been decimated. And people across the length and breadth of Tobago, whether you go Charlottesville to Crown Point, Blackrock to Wim, they are all telling you that things are in fact difficult. And they will, like myself, they were just waiting for the date. And we as a PNM, we have been doing the work. We just completed having community conversations across the 15 electoral districts where we introduced each of the 15 candidates to the electoral districts, and they were able to sell themselves, share their vision, and hear from the residents as to the matters that are important to them. So therefore, we look forward to putting forward, advancing a bold new vision for Tobago that is realistic, that is people-oriented, and is about putting Tobago first again.
As you mentioned, candidates recognize you have lost a key player. Dinoon would have crossed the floor. He was the Tobago West man, their chairman. So an important role indeed. And now he is moving from red to blue. Did that shake the cage, as it were, of the approach and the structure there, the PNM structure in Tobago, that particular move?
Well, the thing about the People's National Movement, it is a democratic party, and it's also a voluntary organization. While we value every member, each member is, of course, free to make choices that they think is in their personal interest. And therefore, we respect Mr. Dinoon's decision, and we wish him all the best in his future endeavors. Of course, we are in this process where he will be coming up against the political leader of the People's National Movement, and we are very confident in the work that Mr. Dennis has been doing in that electoral district, and we are confident of a victory in that district, Buku, Mount Pleasant.
Indeed, in The Guardian today, page 6, as a matter of fact, he actually did say, similar to what you just mentioned, he said he did not receive any backlash from his former PNM party, but he acknowledged some people will have their opinions about his move. So I guess, as you rightfully said, it's democracy, and people are entitled to make their moves.
Correct. And, it's humans you're dealing with. There'll be some hurt, some disappointment, but at the end of the day, we respect him and we wish him the very best.
Let me ask you, what you anticipate will be the tone, the tenor of the election campaign? And again, we're going into election campaign there with this radar that's been recently installed. I recognize that for the first time I've seen PNM and TPP kind of aligned with their perspective on that. I saw both parties suggesting, hey, you know what, we don't want this for Tobago. So let's treat with that first, and then I'll come to the tone and tenor, and if this particular installation will be a major top ticket talking point for the January 12th.
Well, interestingly, the position of the People's National Movement and the TPP is quite different. Actually, the PNM is quite clear that this installation of the military war type radar that has been installed without the consultation, without the consideration of the people of Tobago is, one, unlawful, it is disrespectful, and as my political leader would say in Tobago parlance, we now want them here. And last night, quite interestingly, we heard from the TPP on their platform quite the opposite, where one of their senior members was telling the people of Crown Point and all of Tobago that the radar was in fact a Christmas gift. And a Christmas gift to anybody, if you get a Christmas gift, it's something that is treasured and valued. And therefore, it's clear that the TPP, who previously pretended not to know about this radar, is in fact celebrating the fact that not just the Prime Minister, but the Chief Secretary have now placed the lives of Tobagonians at risk. And therefore, this radar issue will be foremost on the platform. And I'm in fact saying to Tobagonians, the vote come January 12th ought to be a referendum on whether we want that radar here or not, because it is clear the People's National Movement position and all of Tobago, the general Tobago population, is saying we now want them here. Take it and carry it back to Trinidad. Perhaps Siparia might be a nice place.
So let me unpack a couple of things you just said, because I'm just going back to when the radar initially came into the news cycle, which was last week. Clearly, I remember, well, back then, a total rejection of the said radar, and I remember the news cycle suggesting that PNM and TPP were, for the first time, aligned. You would have mentioned that, well, that's not the case because a TPP top official would have said it's a gift, so clearly there seems to be a shifting of perspective there. And more so, you said they pretended they didn't know the radar was coming, even though he doesn't sit on the Security Council, and that's a very important conversation too, because I think any chief secretary should be part of that discussion. But nonetheless, are you suggesting he knew it was coming and pretended he didn't know it was coming? Or do you honestly feel, because remember Farley says he got up the morning and saw WhatsApp and saw reports, and he was also taken by surprise like everyone else in Tobago that his radar was there.
If you check the sequence of the chief secretary's utterances, you would recognize there has been a continuous shifting of his position. Initially, he told Tobagonians, well, all I know is that they were refueling. Then, when it came to bear that they were doing more than refueling and there was, in fact, military presence on island, then he pretended that he didn't know at all. But at the same time, you would recall the Member of Parliament for Tobago East, when interviewed by your very station, did indicate that he had some information. And my information is, and the question the Chief Secretary must now answer, is whether at any point in time he met with the chairman of the Airports Authority and senior members of the military who are present here in Tobago. And that will tell us the definitive answer as to the fact that perhaps the Chief Secretary would have known and would have toured the facility when they were preparing to install that very radar. And therefore, what we are dealing with is some dangerous people here in Tobago, because you are seeing where the TPP started off, as I said, pretending not to know. Then you had the member of Tobago East saying that Tobagonians, you have nothing to worry. This is par for the course and this will secure us. And then you have last night, it was a celebration on stage that we have been given a Christmas gift. But Tobagonians are not stupid. We are wise and we understand what that radar means to our safety and our security if there is to be any escalation of any kind of conflict between the US and Venezuela, because this is not an ordinary radar as the Prime Minister would like us to believe. This is a military-grade radar specific to treating with issues of war. And therefore, what this does is make Tobago a prime target for war. And you are seeing the fallout even before any war has broken out, God forbid. Because right now, one of our major hotels in Tobago is reporting 7.2% occupancy. That is only 24 rooms of a 200-bedroom hotel. When around this time, going into the winter season, into December, the usual occupancy is 75%. And therefore, you are hearing tourism stakeholders across the board telling you that since this radar issue has surfaced, they have had significant numbers of cancellation. And therefore, it's not only the risk of lives and livelihood, but they are also decimating an already very tourism sector that is under pressure. And the question tourism stakeholders are asking, who is going to compensate them at this time? And therefore, this is why I'm saying this issue of the radar has to be a referendum on the TPP and the UNC. And therefore, I am asking Tobagonians to come out and vote whether you are in support of us having this warlike radar in Tobago, or whether you are uncomfortable and you are rejecting this by your vote.
I think to solve all this, whoever holds on to the office, whether the incumbent or someone new steps in post-January 12th, I think it's of paramount importance to have the Chief Secretary as part and parcel of the Security Council. Have them sit there so that going
just
forward...
Quickly, the law of the THA is quite clear. Under the 5th schedule of the THA Act of 1996 as amended, the THA is responsible for all ports, including air and sea ports, including the airport. Therefore, notwithstanding that it might be a national security issue, once it involves the airport or seaport of Tobago, then the THA, by way of the Chief Secretary, ought to be consulted, or else it is unlawful. And therefore, it is quite curious that a Chief Secretary that would have waged war against the former Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley, for less, is quite amenable and amicable in this situation and has lost his voice. He has abandoned Tobagonians, he has abandoned his mandate, and he has sold us short. And therefore, Tobagonians, I am asking you, and I know Tobagonians will have their say at the polls on January 12th.
Minority Leader Kelvin Morris, I want to thank you as always. We'll touch base, I'm sure, before the 12th. Keep us in the loop.
Definitely.
And all the best going into the election.
All the time, brother. Take care.
Yes, indeed. THA Minority Leader there, Kelvin Morris, treating with the THA elections. And I could tell you, from now straight up until the 12th, even though it's Christmas and we're dealing with all the festivities, we will have some serious conversations every Wednesday, treating with the issues that impact Tobago. Up next, TTIVF, Dr. Catherine Minto Bain, egg donation, the greatest gift. Very important conversation ahead.
Deck the halls with kaleidoscope colors, fa la 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 la. Fill your home with joy and wonder, fa la 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 la.
Celebrate the season with over $40,000 in furniture and groceries from Kaleidoscope Paints. All you do is deck your halls in Kaleidoscope colors and win. This Christmas, choose Kaleidoscope premium quality paints every time.
Check social media for details.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Do enjoy, Stacey. You want some coffee?
Can I have a
Perfect then.
That's exactly what we need.
Hey, the pool is this way.
Whatever you're here for, we're here for you. Stay smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Fill your slate with the best for less Christmas specials at Southern Food Basket. Minced beef, 4 pounds for $100. Sunland chicken breast, 4 pounds, $94.95. Forte Frost straight cut fries, 2.5 kg, 2 for $69.95. Tyson chicken leg quarters, $9.95 per pound. Swiss pineapple chunks and slices, 2 for $23.95. Richport vegetable oil, 3 liters, $39.95. Easy Wrap foil, 25 feet, 2 for $19.95. With every $200 you spend, you can qualify to win a dream Christmas home makeover with over 100 appliances to be won.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry, premier insurance coverage for less.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance, but we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza, Endeavor, Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Dr. Catherine Mintobin is here, and as you can see, that's time of the year. So compliments of the season to you, Doc. Great to have you.
It's always lovely to be here. Christmas season's greetings to everybody.
Well, I mean, the topic today is a very interesting one. You're seeing the greatest gift, egg donation. Walk us through it, and what does that mean, and how? Where do we even start when we consider that particular gift and conversation?
So an egg donor is a really special woman. She gives this precious gift of some of her eggs, just a few of her eggs that are going to die that month and would have just disappeared. She's giving that special gift to another woman who is infertile, having difficulty getting pregnant because her eggs won't make a baby. So it's an incredibly special gift. We've been doing it for 20 years. And basically it helps a woman with infertility who can't get pregnant can now get pregnant and become a mother with this gift from somebody else and egg donor IVF.
You know, I must ask, is it painful to donate an egg?
So that's really important. It's not surgery, it's not painful. There's two aspects to it. You've got the growing the eggs, and that's some injections for about 12 days. And then collecting the eggs used to be, years ago, 30 years ago, was a surgical procedure. But nowadays, it's not surgery at all. It's a very gentle, ultrasound-guided procedure where we go in through the vagina with a little needle, we collect the eggs, we clean them up, and then we freeze them and put them into our egg bank. And we have the largest egg bank in the Caribbean. We have the Caribbean Egg Bank.
Serious.
And so many women in TNT have helped other women have a baby. We're an amazing country. We're the biggest country in the Caribbean for helping with egg donors.
So the donor is mostly, it will always be plural, eggs as opposed to egg. It will always be more than one.
Yeah, an egg donor is going to be collecting 12 or 15 eggs generally, yes.
I'm curious, what motivates a woman, you think, I mean, that is a really, I mean, that is literally giving of yourself to someone.
It is, and obviously we compensate egg donors because we're going to need some of your time to do this procedure. But actually 90% of our donors come through because they want to help somebody. So some of them have had a friend or a family member who's gone through infertility and they know the journey and they just want to help. And then we have a lot of lovely young women these days who come along saying, hey, well, I have no intention of having kids, at least at the moment. I'm in my 20s. I know I have these lovely healthy eggs and they're just dying every month. I'd like to help somebody, so I'm going to give a few eggs. And that's a very common thing these days as well. And
in that regard, are there any restrictions at all? I mean, obviously you mentioned the young woman who wants to help out in that way, a family member, a cousin, someone. But outside of all of that and the goodwill in somebody's heart, are there any restrictions at all when it comes to the donation of the eggs?
Yes, it's hugely stringent, and it has to be. You're creating a baby, and you have to choose someone who has really good quality eggs because the person receiving the eggs has to have the best chance of having a healthy baby. So yes, there are stringent rules in place. We follow the European guidelines, which are the best in the world. And actually, for every 100 women that come to us saying, hey, I think I'd like to be an egg donor, we take 7. So there's a process you go through with screening, and you have to be, firstly, you have to be young, between 21 and 28. You have to be healthy, no serious medical conditions. We check your hormones, they have to be in balance. You have to be a non-smoker. You can't have infectious diseases. You can't pass on things. So HIV, hepatitis, unfortunately, those things mean you can't donate. And you have to be a non-smoker and a non-drug user as well. So strict criteria to make sure you get really good quality eggs.
Of course, you'll want obviously the very best. I want to double back. You mentioned earlier, and I mean, we were in the flow of the conversation, but I want to go back to something you said about 3-4 minutes ago about compensation. Walk me through that. How does that work? At what point that comes up in the conversation? Is that something discussed from the very start? Walk me through, because you said it, I didn't realize, there's a compensation component to donating the eggs. So walk me through it.
So that comes up right at the beginning, and we answer women's questions. They call up on the phone, we answer their questions, but they're going to have to commit time to us, and it's only fair that they get paid for their time. So, you're going to be coming to the clinic. Initially, it's for the screening, so you're coming in to have blood tests to look at your egg levels, your hormones, psychological evaluation, medical evaluation, ultrasound. We do pap smears, we do genetic testing, and all of that's paid for by the clinic. And then you're going to, if you choose that you want to be an egg donor, and that's an important thing, people have to choose if it's right for them, then we're going to need 2 weeks of your time where you're going to be coming in for ultrasounds every 3rd day. You're going to be giving yourself an injection every evening for 12 days. And then you have to come in for an egg collection at the end of that 2-week procedure, that 2 week set of time. So you're going to need compensation for the time. So people keep on working. You come in first thing in the morning for your scans and blood test, and you just need 1 day off for the egg collection. But we pay 5,000 TT as a thank you for the time that you're given to us.
Yeah, and thanks for sharing that with us. Outside of, let's say, a family donating an egg, if it's a total stranger, does the patient ever meet the egg donor?
So that's important. So you can be a known donor, and actually we've just had a pregnancy with a known donor this week where a cousin has donated to her cousin. We've had sister to sister, and actually they can go well over the age limit. So the cousin that just got a pregnancy with her lovely cousin was 35, sisters can go up to 37, and obviously then you know the person donating to you. But if you're coming to us saying, I'd like to be an egg donor for somebody that I don't know, it's anonymous. And so you don't, as the egg donor, you wouldn't know the person your eggs are going to, but we do a profile on you so that they know about you, and you won't meet them, they won't meet you. It's a 100% confidential process.
Fantastic. And as we wrap things up for the potential egg donors, just a recap, summarize the need to know fundamentals.
So it's not surgery and it's not painful. You have to be between 21 and 28. At the end of the day, it's only 2 weeks of your time, but there's a lot of screening, and it's not painful. It's a very simple procedure, no surgery. So, and it's commonly done, and it's an amazing way to help another person who just doesn't have eggs anymore that will make babies for her. So it's an incredible gift.
And you have the biggest bank, you said?
Caribbean Egg Bank. We have it here in Trinidad and Tobago. We were the first in the English-speaking Caribbean to have a baby through egg donation, and we have the only frozen egg bank in the Caribbean that's available, that's widely available. So we have the Caribbean Egg Bank.
You're probably a godmother to so many children now.
I'm thrilled. Yes. Do you know what? It's lovely to see them, and we meet up so many babies.
Yeah,
yes.
And you see the children grow, right?
Absolutely. And to everyone who's had babies with us, this is the time when we love to just remind you all that we love all our babies and we're thrilled to help you. And there's lots of hope with infertility. TNT has really an amazing clinic that helps so many people in so many ways.
And the success rate for the egg donation, what you say, it's definitely in a positive threshold?
It's incredibly good. Most people have a success rate about 60%, but it depends on the sperm from the guy. So there's varying success rates, but it's an extremely good way to have a baby. For women who don't have eggs of their own, for women over the age of 43, for young women who've gone through an early menopause, for women who have egg issues that they weren't expecting. It helps so many women, so many couples.
Doc, as always, I'll let you have the final say. Go right ahead.
So I would just say to everyone, infertility is really common. 1 in 6 couples have infertility. If you're struggling, there's a lot of help and a lot of hope. Go to trinidadivf.com and have a look on our website, or give us a call, 222-8341. We're here to help you.
Dr. Catherine Minto being touching base with us as we kick off December with great conversation with a bang, and as the title says, egg donation, the greatest gift. Doc, great to see you, and Godspeed, we'll chat again next week.
I'm looking forward to it.
Indeed. Let's take that pause. We come back, we get into another great conversation, the logos. Hope returns, the floating library. Oh, people love the logos. Books upon books. Book lovers, oh, this is your time. Full details after the break.
Presenting the most modern pharmaceutical facility in the country, Food Basket Hyperfarm Pharmacy Food Basket Complex, Arima. We stock the widest range of health and beauty products, baby supplies, stationery, fragrances, and cosmetics. Our organic, sugar, and gluten-free products cater to vegans and the health conscious. A wide assortment of dispensary medication and over-the-counter items at the most affordable prices. Make Hyperfarm Pharmacy your choice. Located on the compound of Food Basket Complex, Arima.
This Christmas, John Thomas presents Believe, a Pop Star Christmas!
Featuring the Believe Junior Collective.
A spectacular holiday concert packed with favorite Christmas hits.
Pop star energy and show-stopping voices.
Be there on Friday, December 19th at Queen's Hall.
We're bringing the dazzle, the music, and the glamour.
Get your tickets now at Queen's Hall box office or at queenshalltt.com.
John Thomas's Believe,
a Pop Star Christmas! This December at Queen's Hall.
Get your tickets today!
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services. Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488, 701-6680, 728-6786, or visit our website to order. Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chanka Trace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality.
Oh, hi, I'm Jackson. It's nice to meet you. And this is my Super Pocket. It makes whatever I need to save the day. If I imagine it, it appears. Come with me on 4 Christmas adventures, where we help people and protect our planet.
Well, the Logos Hope returns, and Trinidad will get their opportunity in early January. So that means this team will spend I would imagine, the new year here with us. And we just want to say thank you so much. They bring so much faith. They bring information. I mean, yes, people go there for the books and all that, but there's so much more that takes place on the boat. And let me welcome from Malaysia, ladies and gentlemen, Elaine Wan is in the building. Elaine Wan, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Yes, morning.
Yes, and from Holland. That's right. Yes, Laura Broekshema. Broekshema, yes.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Morning, ladies. Let me tell you, you all go all over the world, I would imagine. Well, let me just say boat. That's a ship. That's a fantastic ship. It's a moving library, a moving vessel of faith, and people like yourselves, young folks who give up their time and expertise to inspire. And you all go all over the world, but there's something I would imagine that's special about Trinidad and Tobago, because you all come here, you all were here earlier this year, and you're back again in a major way. What is it about Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, Trinidad and Tobago, wow, you know, the energy and the culture, like it's so good. Like we love it so much.
Yeah.
All of us, you know, who have came the last visit, always say that, wow, we really love Trinidad and Tobago, and we want to come back again. And that's why we are here again.
That's right. And Laura, clearly the last time, well subscribed, and I could only imagine what's going to happen come January 2026. Lots of numbers, yeah?
Yes, there was a lot of numbers. There was lines for the ship and to come and as well. We hope that we have the year again on the 3rd of February, January to the 3rd of February.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's the biggest attraction? I mean, other than the books, I would imagine. What else do people do? What's on offer? Because I've not been, honestly, for years. I went some years ago when I was much younger. But as it pertains to the Logos right now, when you come on, what can somebody do for somebody who's never been on the Logos Hoop?
Well, one of the interesting things that people really enjoy is that because our people, we come from 65 different nationalities, so you get to speak to any of our crew member and understand a little bit about the culture that they are from. So you get to understand, also the cultures that is different in the world. And that is one thing that we really hope to share, which is knowledge, and knowledge in different cultures. Yeah.
So Malaysia there, Holland is there. What other nationalities make up this amazing, this adventure on the open seas?
So we have over 65 nationalities on the ship.
Too much to call.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, if you come to the Logos Hope, you see all those different people as well. But we make this happen with so many different nationalities.
Amazing.
Yes.
And let me ask, I mean, how does one, you show up, you have to do, you come early, is there a registration process? Because again, I've not been on the Logos Hoop for years. So for those who you have piqued their interest here, and we're seeing the dates, what do? They just come down to the port and just line up and come on? What's the process?
I mean, you come to the port and you can buy a ticket by the port, and then you go to the book fair. We have the big book fair as well, the largest floated book fair in the world. And then after the book fair, we have an international cafe. In the international cafe, there is different cultures as well. We come there. We love to meet with you guys. And we have also the events going on the ship. You can buy tickets for events. See our schedules on the Instagram or the Facebook.
Excellent. And how do we give us the handles for the online presence so we can see the schedule?
Yeah, so for Facebook, it will be Port of Spain, Logos Hope Port of Spain. And then for Instagram will be Logos Hope Trinidad and Tobago.
Excellent. Yeah. As we wrap things up, I want to ask you, Laura, and then I'll come to Elaine. What's the biggest takeaway for you being part of this floating adventure?
This adventure, I think the biggest thing is being in so many cultures, but also being somebody to help in different cultures. Because we're now in Port of Spain, we can help over here.
Yes, yes. And for you, Elaine, your biggest takeaway, on a personal level?
Yeah, on a personal level, so, when we come to a port, we don't just, stay in the ship. We actually go down to connect with people. And oftentimes, like when I do connect with people, when you exchange your life stories, you also, give a glimpse of hope to each other. So I think that is something that I really, really enjoy and appreciate about my life on the ship.
Excellent. Well, again, it's official. Let's put the information up. Laura and Elaine in person to give us all the details. They're going to be in Tobago also. So that's from December 19th to January 2nd. And then they sail to Port of Spain from the 3rd to... Well, the 3rd, a matter of fact. Yeah, from the 3rd of January to the 3rd of February. You all here for what? Wow. You all here for quite a while.
Yes. You'll come early.
Oh, my goodness. So, yes, make sure you come on out and have yourself a time. And I'll definitely will check in this time around. I won't miss, because I saw the crowd the last time. I got a bit intimidated. I said, oh, gosh, look at people. But I think because you're here for a month, people will get a chance it will be able to spread out a little bit more. Yeah? Elaine and Laura, thank you so much. All the best, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Thank you for having us.
For sure. We take that pause, final one, and then we come back to officially pull the curtains down on today's installment. See you soon.
My mom has been shopping here for the last 15 years. So coming here with her, now I have my own family.
The variety of items, cleanliness of the place, the spaciousness.
My favorite section is household,
My husband loves the hardware section and the auto section. My favorite would be stationery.
Price Club is the low price leading supermarket in TNT.
They are the best. I would recommend Price Club to anybody.
This Christmas, John Thomas presents Believe, a Pop Star Christmas!
Featuring the Believe Junior Collective.
A spectacular holiday concert packed with favorite Christmas hits.
Pop star energy and show-stopping voices.
Be there on Friday, December 19th at Queen's Hall.
We're bringing the dazzle, the music, and the glamour.
Get your tickets now at Queen's Hall box office or at queenshalltt.com.
John Thomas's Believe,
a Pop Star Christmas! This December at Queen's Hall.
Get your tickets today!
The detergent smells nice while washing, but when you use the new Downy Intense fabric softener, with its new multi-capsule fragrance, it releases an intense scent that lasts twice as long. With the new Downy Intense, you'll enjoy a rich and delightful fragrance that keeps you feeling fresh 24/7. Fill your slate with the best for less Christmas specials at Southern Food Basket. Swiss Chinatown noodles, 454 grams, 2 for $19.95. Goya Spanish capers, 2.5 ounces, $18.50. Goya stuffed manzanilla olives, 2.75 ounces, 2 for $29.95. Lay's Stacks, 155.9 grams, assorted, $16.95. Valentino, non-alcoholic sparkling wine, $19.95. Pear Drax, 300 ml, 3 for $19.95. With every $200 you spend, you can qualify to win a dream Christmas home makeover with over 100 appliances to be won.
Well, again, a fantastic program, certainly lots of information. We had a chance to touch base with the Logos Hope team, Elaine and Laura. We had Miss TNT Universe. We heard from Catherine Minto Bain, TTIVF. We checked in with Tobago and their conversation as it pertains to the election come January 12th. And inside the first hour, we had a chance to treat with the home invasion bill. So when I tell you, today was indeed action-packed, great conversation all around. We didn't get a chance to open up the lines. I'll try for that, if not tomorrow, Friday. But as per usual, sincere thanks for tuning in. It's been tremendous. And a quick reminder before we wrap things up, in terms of the weather today, it's, from what we understand, going to be a very wet day. We ask folks in flood-prone areas to be on standby, to be on alert, and to obviously monitor our social media feed and the meteorological office to get the latest updates, because from today into tomorrow, we understand it's going to be extremely wet, lots of rain. With that, all the best, TNT. Be safe and God spare. I'm back for more tomorrow.
The Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.
You're watching CNC3. As an affiliate of Al Jazeera, we now join their current program.
This is Al Jazeera. I'm Darine Abugaida with a check on your world headlines. Israel says Gaza's Rafah crossing with Egypt will reopen in the coming days. According to the Israeli government, Palestinians will only be allowed to use the crossing to leave Gaza, and any movement will